Hello there, everybody, and welcome to another Lone Crown show where we're gonna talk about the essentials of life and death. You know, the ones where we come so close to the real meaning of why we are actually alive. I mean, it means a lot to the rest of us to know. I don't fucking know where I'm going with this, but I never do. So, yeah! Thank you all for coming here today because I have no guest, and it's been a while since I did one of these where I show up and say, "Oh, I forgot a guest." No, I didn't, but I usually do vlogs nowadays when I do solo things, but I figured, why the hell not? We haven't done a solo one in a while, so it doesn't have the hype that the other ones have, but gee God, is it always a good thing to listen to, because I feel like I'm actually becoming better and better and better all the time in talking, and that's a positive note. Isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah, and I'm a little bit tired today. I've been, I couldn't sleep, and then I was going to go up early. It wasn't really early, but I mean, comparing to how late I was up, that wasn't much sleep. So, yeah, I've been taking a nap before this because why the fuck not? I can and I do it. And yeah, that's what's been going on today. What's been going on otherwise is that, as I've been saying to John Rambo and some other people, I'm aiming to go to Toronto later, hopefully in December. If it doesn't happen in December, in January. And I mean, they're close to each other those months, so that shouldn't be a problem. And I'm noticing if I go more here, I'm becoming more red, and if I go more here, I'm not. Fucking weird. Yeah, so that's what's going on. That's my aim. I'm also going to the Canary Islands around in November sometime with my work. So it's nice having vacation and it being work at the same time. Yeah, it really is. So that is happening in November. Other than that, not much is lined up. I having ideas for what to do with. I'm trying to gonna help out Anthony with his Not Real News project, and I I have been having crazy ideas. This like don't get if it ends up happening like how I imagine it's happening, Jesus Christ, you're going to be in for a treat. I'm telling you now. So I'm gonna ask my friend Daniel, who you haven't met, by the way, here on my podcast. I'm really tempted to force him to do this and or force him to get on this podcast at some point. I mean, he's but his English, I'm not really certain how well that's going to go down. That may end up being hilarious, so I'm probably going to end up having a bigger like the webcam screen at that point. It's probably gonna be bigger that episode so you can see us more in full like probably I will have the title in the corner and then have us in the middle, and then you can watch us talk about shit, and you get to know more about me probably because he is one of my oldest friends. We've known each other for since 2002, I think. So yeah, 12 years. I think we've known each other, so that's a pretty long time. There's people I've known for longer, but none of them I'm really close to anymore. Yeah, I'm like a friend with some people on Facebook who I known since I was like first grade, and that, but none really. I never really came so much. One guy, Victor, who I was uh, friends with a lot uh, back there, but then he had to move, and it wasn't as easy to keep in touch. I mean, because the only thing you had was like calling people. And I always been bad at keeping in touch and calling people. So until the internet really struck out in a big way, I we fell out quite quickly. And yeah, that happened. And then I went to another school when I went to 7th grade. And yeah, I don't know if I told anyone this. I actually got into, like, most of my class were going to this one school. And everything is like regional. Like when you're going to 7th grade, you end up like more like everyone can go to the what the do we call it commercial schools in English? Free schools we call it, sort of, where everyone they're not run by the government. So those you can go to be anywhere in the city, but the like normal schools that's run by the government stuff, you have to be living in certain areas. And of course I got into the school again that I was closest to go, closest to. But I also got into the school that everyone else has got into, and I was extremely happy. And then I got the phone call saying they had sent it wrong to me. It was a handwritten message. Handwritten my name. Oh god. Holy fuck. My mother, she went to that school, talked to her principal, and fucking tore her head off. Like, I mean, you don't do that, like, and be like, oh no, we sent it wrong with a handwritten message. It's like that doesn't happen. You don't just like, oh, we're gonna handwritten this name. Oh, was this guy okay? And it'd be like a couple of week or some like a week or so later. Oh, I'm gonna call in and say, hey, this guy shouldn't like. Yeah. We have sent him. He shouldn't be in our school. Fucking idiots. Yeah, but I mean, it didn't end up badly for me. I met my best friend there, Daniel. And yeah. So, and that was a great time. And it was a great school. So, I'm not upset today, but I was back then because, I mean, like all from my school was going to that one. or if they weren't, they were going to school, another like the free school that everyone ended up going to. But I didn't want to go to that free school, so I was like, fuck it, I'm going to the school I end up going to. I'm not gonna mention names because, like, this is a. But most of the people from America listens to it, so like it's really no point then. Even UK as well is a big hot topic market for me, where I get all the bitches. Whoop, whoop. Yeah. I don't know why. This is something completely different. I don't know why, but I've been thinking, when you watch anime and that sort of stuff, you have uh, like these guys that look really well in dresses, and always like, oh my god, you could look like female. I was thinking after seeing Sword Art Online season 2 with Kirito being a girl. I mean, that's not much of a spoiler, but I mean, he's being a girl in the new game. So I was like, fuck, I think I would pull off in dress and that sort of stuff pretty well. Maybe because I'm so skinny. I don't fucking know. I'm more red now, but if I do this, yeah, now we back to what it was. Yeah, now I'm ready again. Who cares? Yeah, so that what was happened when I was younger, and yeah, stuff has always happened for a reason. I said this before, but I don't know how many who have watched like the first couple of episodes and that sort of stuff, but now I lost my train of thought. When I was going to choose my or like we call it gymnasiet, which is where like high school years, it's like 10th to 12th grade or something like that. It would be sort of in like grade terms, and yeah, so those years it's like 16 to 18/19. And yeah, and when I was going to choose school for that, I was always talking about how I was going to go to like a service school. I mean, for ones that go out and work in stores and that kind of stuff. And I when I was going to send it in, for some reason, this had always also been an idea. I had the idea of media. So at the like, just when I was about to send it in, I was like, yeah, well, I should choose media first. For some reason, I was like, change it, and then suddenly I got into that school. I got in on the my grades. I got in. I was like one of the last people to get into that school when it come to my grade. I would have got in eventually anyway, but it was just so funny how I got like, you know, just got into that. So yeah, that was pretty nice. And yeah, and that school went like first week I was like, oh, I should like drop out and try and get into the other one, blah blah blah. But yeah, I stuck with it, and I made some friends. I enjoyed myself much more, and yeah, it ended up being where I found myself the most. And then I got like when I ended that I got a little bit too high and mighty. I think I blame getting seduced too much by my teacher's teachings. Be like, oh, gaining the idea of like, oh, I shouldn't do it all in Sweden and blah blah blah. And yeah, It's kind of regrettable. I should have. Uh, I should have just applied for some school in Sweden because I didn't have the money to go to another where instead I ended up being unemployed for several years, and yeah, now we're here where I'm a couple of months away from going to Canada to work, and yeah, that could be hit or miss. I could end up being so like after a month be like, oh, this didn't work out at all, go home. And I don't think that would be the end of it, like end all be all, but like it would be really nice overall just to do that, and yeah, pretty nice. I've been experimenting with everyone knows what Tinder is, and I've been experimenting a little bit with that. My aim was that like I would make it like hilarious and try and have much fun with it. A lousy fucking app. It's not, you can't have fun with it, and as I intended to have with it, and it's I mean it's like I'm kind of having like a research assignment in my head for it because I'm quite interested to see what type of people are on it, and it's confirmed that mostly people who are more confident with how they look and how what they do, and like so many people are fitness crazy women. I'm not joking. So many. One I found was a Danish female 19-year-old rapper. I regret not like looking her up more and like being like, fuck, this is just for fun, just checking out, because whoa, rapping. Maybe she raps in Danish. That would be hilarious. There was another thing that yeah, I found one like I love One Direction above all. Unless you can accept that, then don't. I was like, yeah, sure. like, uh, eh, it's not. So far, it's not like the. I wanted to see if I could find like interesting, funny, various people. But I mean, it's so fucking stupid. With like, oh, you have to be on Facebook and you can see who you like and how similar friends, and you have that. And I also noted that it's far more common for me to find Danish people. But then again, like you have a radius of like 60 kilometers, but 60 kilometers does include Copenhagen as well. So suddenly you have my city and you have Copenhagen, who's like 3 times the size of my city. So of course I'm gonna see more Danish people, to be honest. But yeah, I haven't. The only one that ended up being a match was a bot, which is hilarious. You should join sex dating. Oh shit! I should really. Really should sex dating. It's my kind of person. Just kept spamming and everything. Like every minute. That was hilarious. And yeah, I think I have over talked about this topic. Yeah, but I mean, sure, I would like to meet someone. And like finding the perfect venue for finding someone isn't easy. And I also feel like I have been like mistakenly done mistakes in decision wise with like people that I should have asked out, then as well, I have also had been not as lucky either. When I was younger, I tried more, but my tries were stupid, and I I kind of don't blame them, but one of them like hurt my pride badly, and as a shy person I was back then, I that took me hard, but I also that also gave me like no interest to pursue more. But also I feel like when I went to uh, a new school for like the 10th to 12th grade, I also didn't meet like there were a couple of people that were interesting, but there was stuff that like made me one person wasn't like I liked she was attractive for I thought she was attractive, but she wasn't really that great of a person in my opinion. So that's the reason why I didn't ask her out. And then there was another one who was really nice one, but she like and the reason she was nice, so naturally she attracted like everyone. So like I probably could have gone out with her, and that probably could have worked out. But I mean, I was more shy back then and didn't like I wasn't that much into like doing that sort of stuff. And then another one that's that was most of them were like that. You were meh. They were like so yeah, I never really been in a relationship, so I have some opportunities. I think 2012 or 2000 or last year. I don't know. One of the two, I met some people that was really interesting, and the one of them was a little bit too young in the mind. But when I think about it, fuck it, that could have just been fun. Even if it didn't work out, that could have just been fun time, and I thought too much about it. The other one was probably more up in my alley, but it was like she already left. Like I had the idea of asking her out, like the day before she started her new work, but because she said she was going the day before, but then she didn't turn up, and then and then I had an opportunity again later on to meet. I met her again, and I didn't because I'm stupid that way. And not being sure if you're interested in a person is have always been something. And also being able to talk to women really well. Like I'm much better now, but I mean, still. I'm kind of like pulling myself back from thinking the person in that sort of way. But then I start thinking about it, and then it just makes my head spin, and I kind of make no decisions because that's what's ended up over the years. I've becoming really bad at making decisions, which is fucking annoying. I never used to be this way before. But now I'm like, oh my god, I'm getting older. Now the decisions affect me so much more. It's fucking every decision affects. So fucking stupid. And you can always drop off for whatever it is you do with your life. And yeah. So that's how my life is. I'm not like Vida. I'm not being overlooked. I'm just being stupid enough not to go for it. Because, yeah, I should. But now I'm meeting less and less. Like, I met a very nice woman at the CoxCon thing. And I never got an opportunity to speak more to her because she was working at this place. And yeah, I got to talk to her like a couple of times. But yeah, I never I had to leave before I got able to talk to her again. So that time I was so prepared and so I don't fucking care if she lived in America. I was going to do it, but I can't really catch a break either, can I? And I never really had. It's interesting. When I was younger, I was more popular because I didn't fucking care about anything. And also, it was this girl I was. Now we are like kids. I used to hang out with, like when I was like one in second grade. I sat at the same desk as her, and we used to talk all the time and that sort of stuff. And of course, she had to move away. I think we would have been. If we weren't have been like later on been like together, we would have been friends, and that's something that's been scarce to me most of my life. Female friends. I used to like hang out with. I had one like in high school years, but she lives in Denmark and is Danish, and we really didn't keep in touch afterwards because, as I said before, I'm bad at keeping in touch. And yeah, all of that. Also, it is also I kind of reminder of how not as far as I've gotten I thought I would have gotten. I thought I would have been further with everything in life. And especially filming stuff, I think I should have just. There's so much decisions that you'll be like, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. Look, I may be a little bit, I kind of failed that, but then again, I wouldn't have gone on the internet, watched DSP's, one of DSP's videos, and I wouldn't have got on the internet at all, maybe. I know what would have been if I instead of like me going into the internet and finding DSP, I would have been playing. I would have been still be a gamer, but I would be far less on the internet. Before I watched one of Phil's videos, I barely even watched YouTube at all. My friend used to watch YouTube and watch like football videos and that sort of stuff, like like supporters, like different kind of things. And I never really was on YouTube at all because I didn't like. That's one thing. Starting out and like watching stuff on YouTube is kind of like, because I watched for many months. I only watched DSP's videos, and because he put out so much videos, and like I don't know who I should look for. Especially, I always thought that YouTube system was not great for finding new people. The new people I found was like I went on and searched for the like these are the top comedy videos. This is the top that section. This is top gaming, whatever it is, and the popular YouTubers back then, like Weez Wader, Charles Kulike, and that kind of thing. So those were the people I found. And also, when Phil mentioned that he was approached by something called the Game Station, I knew about Machinima, but I couldn't fucking subscribe to that idiot channel. So yeah, I heard the Game Station approached him. I was like, the Game Station, what the fuck is that? I've never heard of that. And then I went on there and I found the first video I watched was a channel called Blue Zephyr's channel that played Harry Potter and Order of the Phoenix, I think it was. Yes, no, it was the 6th movie. Or no, it was the 7th movie, the first game. Yes, that was it. Deathly Hallows for the first movie. So that was what I watched. Hannah played it and Lewis and Simon reacted to it. So that's how I found them. Like they had just for a couple of days been doing Minecraft. So I actually found them fucking early. They were like 30,000 back then. Think about it now. Holy fuck, they blew up fast. Jesus Christ, that just the Shadow of Israel. Also the video, the two video close to that was Press Hard to Continue, and the other one was Peanut Butter Gamer. I don't know if many people know him, but he was for a while, I think, bigger than JonTron. Then JonTron, they were mates with each other, and I used to watch the JonTron and Peanut Butter Gamer when they were only like 5,000 subscribers or something like that, and until JonTron did a Dino D-Day video. Now Dino City. I'm confusing Dino D-Day with the game we used to play with Smart Guy and Anthony. Yeah, Dino City. So that yeah, that is my YouTube experience, and then that's what I watched mostly. One of the YouTubers I want to who's back now is Seku, or Edit CP on Twitter, and I don't know if he changed his YouTube, but it's Edit CP ZP, or like if you so yeah, he is fucking hilarious, and I recommend anyone watch him if you can. Of course you can. He's hilarious. Even though he's mostly does Minecraft, he's just hilarious to watch because he's a hilarious person, and it's so amazing that he he's the type of YouTuber that even though he's like barely made, last year he's made like a couple of videos maximum, because he has been dealing with different stuff, and now he moved in with his girlfriend on his own. He's going to do much more videos, so that is awesome, and it's great. I fun watching his videos again. Oh. Is there anyone else I would recommend for all of you when it comes to YouTube and stuff like that? No. I also I'm going to do a TV when we're going to get closer to TV show starting, so I'm going to go through like the new stuff that's going down, and I'm also going to go through with with like the summer stuff that I watched. So that is always something I do all the time, and yeah, so that should be great. That episode, it should be. I can do. Maybe I do it next week. I'm not sure. I probably could, but then I'm thinking of doing taking in a guest next week, and then probably have it the week afterwards. So yeah, in 2 weeks I'm going to do that, and do the TV episode, and then discuss everything of the summer stuff. Talk about what I'm hyped for, what I'm interested for. So far, I've been looking at the TV stuff, and I like most of the things doesn't sound like it's going to be good, but I've been doing that mistake so many times. So I'm going to literally like watch almost everything. There are few stuff that like I know that I'm not going to watch unless I hear from like this TV.com is usually where I go on, and if they say this is like a brilliant show, then of course I'm going to check it out and be like, oh shit, this sounded stupid or extremely stupid, but I mean apparently it works. And before I end this episode, Undateable is a TV show I haven't talked to that much on here, and everyone should fucking watch it. I don't remember exactly what TV channel it's on, but first season has whole of first season has aired, and it's getting a second season. The next come out like in January or February or something like that next year. But it's a really great show, and Shelley is one of my favorite characters of all time. He's the best. I mean, it's like you have it's like calling the stare like a sorry type of black guy, but I mean he is like he's just so lovable. Like you can't not like Shelley in that show. So yeah, so that's that. I think that does it for today. I probably could have talked longer. I feel like I'm feeling good and all in a roll, but I think this is good enough. And it's kind of annoying that I can't edit any videos when it comes to OBS, because my computer really hates OBS video files, and will crash the computer. So that's not great. That is, and I also which means I can't use Fraps either, because or I can't use Fraps because my my external hard drive broke, so I can't store any videos. So I'm like, that's why I need to buy a new one, external hard drive, and spending money. It's just I need to save money, but stuff just comes in the way. So yeah. So if you're looking for a guy for you, you should watch this channel and to leave a comment and be like, oh, I would totally do you. Oh my god. Oh no, but yeah, this is what life is, and my life has been good so far. I can't complain. People have it far worse than me, so yeah. Thank you all for watching, and I would love if you left a comment or just saying stuff to me on the Twitter about this episode, because like it's so annoying. I when I watch someone else, I try to comment every time because I know how much that means to me. So if you could do that, that would just brilliant. I don't care if it's just one letter. Be like, hey, that would be like, fuck, that was a great comment. No, but I mean, do whatever you like. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys maybe later this week with another podcast because John said he wanted to do one again. And so I'm gonna ask him, and if that happened, it happens. And yeah, unfortunately, you didn't get to see nudes of me, but that's because YouTube doesn't like that. So yeah, that's the only reason. You could have nudes from me. I don't know why the fuck you would, but sure. Bye, everybody. Oh fuck, I haven't done a singing ending in a while. When I got webcam, I stopped doing it. This has been a podcast. I can't sing for the love of my life. Then why do I do it? To look like a red pumpkin. Because I am the red pumpkin guy. I'm also a skeleton dude. I'm so much different stuff. You should just watch more of my stuff. I can't sing to save my life, and I've just come up with the lyrics on the spot. Cause I am the best.